Okay, there was a lot of commotion going on, so I had to end the cut I had before. I don't know why I say that, because you wouldn't be none the wiser either way. Okay, so the problem with me doing a bunch of reading recommendations is that even if you go to volume 1, say, like, let's say, recently I just did Jessica Jones volume 2. And of course, I did volume 1 the week prior. The problem with that is, bad example for Jessica Jones, because that's the first Jessica Jones book. The problem with that is, let's say I do it for the next Jessica Jones book. And I recommend that instead of just going out and talk about the original. No, for Batman Rebirth. For Batman Rebirth is a better example. For Batman Rebirth, while you could pick up Volume 1 and enjoy it, you're not going to enjoy it as much as someone like me who's read a lot of Batman comics prior to that. And knows the differences between the movies and the comics, and also the Rebirth series isn't the best for the first one. I would recommend New 52 if you want something modern and nothing with a bunch of continuity. But what if you want something like that's not different from the norm? Because New 52 was a bit different. You're screwed because there's a bunch of continuity and there's a bunch of changes. There's the Dark Knight's Caped Crusader, which you can see it's confusing. And for Spider-Man, it's the same. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to give you reading recommendations of books that you can just pick up. You know, you don't even have to pick up the same one that I'm recommending. I mean, some of these aren't series, so I guess you kind of have to. But let's do this. The first one, I'll do this, is this Epic Big Nate book. I hate this. Why isn't it like this? Or even like this? There's no excuse for the book to be this big. This is so annoying to have to read, because I read it on my bed. I mean, it's not that bad. It's just like, come on, guys. I mean, it's kind of cool how they have it. This is like the originals. Like, this is from 1991 when he was first created. Which I don't know why they don't do this more often, is collect these stuff from earlier. What they do now is and this is still good, but what they do now is they do like the newest stuff, like it's 2015 and onward now. They don't go back to this unless it's on the Kindle, which I'm gonna get them all on the Kindle. But I recommend you get the Epic Big Nate one if you want like a history of. It's just it's gonna have to put up with the oversized format. They really could have just done this, and it's made it thicker. This one also has ones from the 1990s, like really old ones. I love the old Big Nate, and just Big Nate in general. It's a nice. It's like Peanuts basically, but it's way more relatable than Peanuts. Like Peanuts is more cozy, and this is more like real world. You know, it's more. It's a little. It can be a little bit more mean spirited without being too weird and too different. Like if Peanuts was mean spirited, kind of like how this can be at times. Not too mean spirited. It's not Family Guy levels, but it would turn people off that are into Peanuts. So this is like a more mean spirited, down to earth Peanuts, and I really enjoy this series. And you can pick up this book. You can pick up this book. You can pick up this book. You can pick up any of the 5,000 I have. I'm using them as bookends, and if I can do it right, I'll show you exactly what I mean. This one now going into graphic. These are all graphic novels, by the way. The Dumbest Idea Ever. This is the story of this guy named Jimmy Gownley. This is kind of his life. It's more a slice of life. It's not like, oh my god, I was in Iraq. This is how I escaped Iraq. No, it's nothing like that. It's a more slice of life. Like you could live this life. It's very down to earth. You know, little. Or it's not like there's not a whole bunch going on. It's just day in the life of me. But I really like this book. And it has like he's really into comics. So there's a lot of like there's a lot of references to comics, but not like Big Bang Theory where they have a lot and it's stupid, or it's not like Kick-Ass or something like that. That's a good idea. It's a good example. That one too was a good one to get. I don't know why I didn't recommend that. I haven't finished it yet, so I'll do it when I finish it. So it's like for the second time, I might add. Guts, Ghosts, Smile, Sisters, and Drama. All written by the same woman, Raina Telgemeier. probably get a box set of all these books. The best one is definitely Smile. Yeah, that's the one you want to start out with. This is how I read it, and I was fine. Then there's a kind of companion piece, which is also just as good, is Sisters. Then the most recent one, which is Guts. And then you get spin-off books. It's not like I would technically call it spin-off, but it's not. So these three are autobiographies of her life, how she got braces, dealing with her sister on a long road trip, getting her having stomach problems and shit. It's a lot less gross than they thankfully don't go into TMI territories with it. And while it's like oh wow, what a great story. Well, she has braces. I have the best opinions because I like books to have more plot. Yeah, like you could say that and being an annoying little bitch about it, but this is really good. If you give it a shot, I think you'll really like it. And it's not just girls that can read it. Yeah, it's a girl, and it's kind of a girl book, kind of sort of, but not really. I mean, this one more so than the other one. But anyone can read this book. And if you really care about your image that much, then just go hide in the corner and read it to yourself. Read it by yourself, and constantly having the shit spewing fear that your friend's gonna see it and you'll be ridiculed for reading a book. Yeah, I don't get why kids frowned upon other kids reading girl books. Like, the middle school series had a spin-off, but where was the sister's point of view? Does that mean that the whole entire series is now a girl book? No, that wasn't just in middle school either. Kids are so immature. Even when they're 17. And these ones are spin-offs. These ones aren't as good, but they're still good. I still recommend you buy them. They're $10 each. Now, if you want something with more plot and edge, you can read My Friend Dahmer. And this is probably my favorite of the bunch, I gotta say. Because I'm really into this, like learning about serial killers' lives and their past. And this was, no joke, written by someone who was a friend of Dahmer. Hence the name, My Friend Dahmer. The movie is also so damn good. I've seen it twice. And it's on Amazon Prime. Which means if you have a Prime account, you can watch this for free on Prime. And I recommend you do. I don't know, is it still on Prime? I hope it is. This one, last one, wow, that was quick. The last one I still technically haven't finished, but high school me liked it when he was reading it, and I just never got the chance to finish it. I think I finished the first one, because I had the second one, I had to give it back. I was like, whoops. But this is Mouse. Really damn good. Much better than that Yostel 1945 shit I was reading. I should have been reading this instead. But this is, from what I can tell, it's telling, yeah, that's right too, it is. It's Art Spiegelman's father, and how he went through his story. He tells he tells him his experiences in the Holocaust, and it's all done in allegories with mice and with cats, and it's really damn good. From what I remember, I really remember enjoying this. I gotta get on this though. I've gotta get on it. It's a bit longer, but it's a bit longer than your average graphic novel. And I have a bunch of library books to read, and a book coming in tomorrow to read. So excited for that omnibus. That's all I'm gonna tell you. I just like, cause if I were to tell you, it's kind of like, oh, I already know what it is. I like the surprise of it. I do. At least when Ultimates 2 came in, I already had Ultimates Part 1, so it wasn't a big surprise, because it was just Volume 2. Now I want to do a room tour, but I kind of can't, because I can't, for whatever reason, I can't switch from this point of view to switch to there. Mid video. I have to do it like this, which is very awkward. Yeah, actually, no, it's not. See? It's the shelves. It's basically the same the other way around. Okay, it's getting a bit loud, so I'm gonna end it. But yeah, I love that new setup, because now I don't have to lift the books. I used to have it like this, like stacked. So when I had a bunch of books stacked like this, like way more, the one on the bottom right here, I couldn't get to it. but now I can because it's like this. The one thing that I'm scared, the two things that I hate is that I have some leaning up against bookends, like book leaning up against the bookend, and some of them I'm afraid that it'll dig in like this and it'll bend the book, or it'll bend it like this. Either way, there's no way I can put it to where I'm comfortable with it. And the second thing I hate is that if I take out, even if I take out books, take out one, it's gonna go like that. That's it. Other than that, I love my new setup. It looks like it's supposed to look like for a shelf. That is it. See you guys tomorrow. I hope it's early.